Hi guys, Devil Hunter XYZ, and today we are playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses, which is kind of an interesting twist. I mean, I guess the best way to put it, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! If it took place in the 15th century, in kind of a weird way. Well, with a mix of maybe dungeon dice monsters. Yeah, I guess that's probably the best way I can put it. Yeah, so I haven't played this game in such a long time. I actually did a recording on this on my second channel, like, oof, I don't know, it's gotta be at least like over 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. So it's been quite a while, but I decided to do it on this main channel because I'm just in the mood for it, really. Go for a new game. The British Empire in the 1480s. The Wars of the Roses, a power struggle between the houses of Lancaster, Red Rose, and York, White Rose, to decide a royal successor was nearing an end. With the Yorkists well in the lead, the reign of Richard III was but a step away, and in France, Yugi, or Henry Tudor, the last Lancastrian heir, was being forced to live a life of exile. The Lancastrian forces were rendered powerless by ancient cards of sorcery wielded by Seto and his 7 followers, who, known as the Rose Crusaders, serve under the flag of Lord Crawford, a powerful Yorkist nobleman. Lacking a duelist to champion their cause, defeat was imminent for the Lancastrians. In England, dual card games were still at the fledgling stage. Thus, the Lancastrians had to look elsewhere for a duel master capable of facing the Rosencreutz in battle. With this in mind, Margaret, my beautiful of Lancaster, secretly requested a high druid to summon a duelist from another age, most likely me, in the modern time. Ooh. Summoned from the mystic circle of red and white roses, the one capable of harnessing pure power. There was truth to the legend of the Rose Duelist. Lady Margaret, I did it. Now we have the means for defeating the evil forces of Rosencreutz. Oh, my apologies. In my excitement, I've forgotten I was in the presence of the Rose Duelist. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Simon McMorrin, High Druid and servant of Lancaster. May I be so bold as to ask the name by which the Rose Duelist would like to be known? Alright. Pick a name, any name. Well, okay, here's a thing. Depending on what name you put in the name entry, it kind of dictates as to what type of decks you can choose from. I think there's like 9 different starter decks you can choose from, but it just depends on what type of name you're inputting. And I think I'm just going to go with what I did last time, just put my YouTube name. God, it's been such a long time, so I don't quite 100% remember. Actually, I don't even think I can put all of it. Okay, I just gotta go with this then. Devil Hunter. Devil Hunter, a fine name indeed. Now, here's the situation. The year is 1485, and you are currently in Stonehenge, near Salisbury, England. The British Empire is in turmoil, with the House of Lancaster's rightful claim to the throne being challenged by the Yorkist usurpers. The power struggle is referred to as the War of the Roses, a name based on the badges used by both sides. A red rose for the Lancastrians and a white rose for the Yorkists. Right now, our kingdom is threatened by the Yorkists and their wrongful claim to the throne, all because the Yorkists enjoy the support of the Rose Crusaders and their sorcerers white rose cards. Using our red rose cards, we summon you, Devil Hunter, to this day and age. We hope that your dueling experience will defeat the Rose Crusaders and lead us to victory. You will help us. Of course you will. Pushing me to even doubt where your loyalties lie. Rumor has it that only the legendary Rose Duelist stands a chance against the power of Rosencruz. We appreciate any help you can provide against them. Before I forget, I should warn you that the rules to dueling differ here from those of your age. Here in England, dueling is governed by what is known as the perfect rule. In addition to several minor distinctions, there are two major differences. One is the existence of movement, or positioning. The other is the deck leader concept. These are two aspects of dueling that were lost in the process when the ancient sport of duel monsters was adapted to card form. The perfect rule represents these lost rules that were miraculously revived here in England. Perhaps a practice duel will serve better than explanation, shall we? I mean, I could. I mean, I'm gonna do it, but I'm mostly just gonna fast forward because honestly, I think if I remember the practice duel, so to speak, takes quite a long time. Honestly, I think it takes about almost 20 minutes just to go through this practice duel. I mean, I'll do it, but I'm just gonna mostly fast forward. Oh man, that was quite some time. Alright. First, Devil Hunter, you must select a deck to duel with. It is important that you feel the vibrations of a deck leader the minute resonations that ring true to your soul. The cards themselves draw their power from the energies of the Ancient Ones. The deck leader acts as an intermediate between the Ancient Ones and the deck wielder, Devil Hunter. It is essential that you select a deck leader whose rhythm matches the strings. The stirring, sorry, of your soul. Here are several decks from which to choose. Give it some serious thought and make your selection. Choose carefully, for the deck you select will guide the destiny of your duels. Yeah, sure. It's just, honestly, they all are pretty terrible, to be honest. Yeah, I hate to say it, but like every starter deck this game has is completely terrible. I don't remember what I chose last time. I think I chose... Maybe it was Illusionary Gentleman? I think that's what it was. Fairy King Truesdale. Main races... I guess I'll go with... I don't know. I guess I'll go with... Fairy King Truesdale. I guess I'll go with that one. Ah, I see you selected your deck. So that's the effect of the Celtic Red Rose cards. It looks like there's some truth to the rumor that Red Rose cards are capable of time transformations. Who's there? It's Kaiba. It's been some time since the Battle of Barnet, old. Rosencruz, what brings you here? Only a member of the Rose Crusaders may call me by that name. If you may recall, I told you once before that you may only address me as Seto. Or does memory fail you, old man? And you must be the dreaded Rose Duelist. I must admit, there's a certain aura of power emanating from you. I believe an introduction is in order. I am Seto, leader of the Rose Crusaders. There are members of our little group who prefer to call me by the name of C. Rosencruz. I ask you again, what brings you here, Seto? Mind your manners, old man. What else could bring me here? I've come for the Red Rose cards. After all, it was you who showed me how the summoning capabilities would evolve when the Red Rose cards are combined with the transport powers of the White Rose cards. You aren't thinking of attempting the Forbidden Rose summoning? If so, then the Red Rose cards must never fall into your evil hands. Card sorcery taps into the power of the Ancient Ones by their very nature. Each card is a double-edged sword that can cut both ways. The Rose cards alone harness tremendous power. There's no telling what horrors one might unleash to the world by combining both red and white. I would sacrifice my own life if need to prevent any from uttering the spell of doom. the spell of doom. Cool. The 16 red and white rose cards grant power over all. Druid legend has twisted the true meaning of these cards. We Rose Crusaders have sworn to create a utopia free from the ravages of war. We intend to accomplish this with the power of the cards, and we shall do so by extending the rule of Richard III throughout the unknown world. By the way, it was clever of you to form a circle of red roses within the white rose barrier to summon the Rose Duelists, but you were foolish to come alone. This area is surrounded, and if you wish to leave here with your life, you will do so only by handing over the red rose cards. Me? A fool? Then what about you? Are you fool enough to actually believe the red rose cards would remain here in my possession? Right after the summoning, I had the cards disperse among our best duelists to keep them from your tainted hands. Then you leave me with but one option. I shall enlist the aid of your precious Rose Duelists. You take leave of your senses. And you speak too soon, old man. Eat my words, duelists. If you wish to return to your proper time period, you would require 16 cards of the red and white roses. The red and white positions have been laid out in reverse of the summoning order to send you home. You know the spell? Since you need the 16 rose cards just as much as we do, I propose a partnership. I must gather the cards, and I shall guarantee your return after we've achieved our ultimate goal. An absurd proposal. Do you think that the Honorable Devil Hunter would even lend an ear to your ridiculous proposal? Can you be so sure, old man? Let me see. Simon's side has 8 of the red rose cards, while my side, the Rose Crusaders, has possession of the 8 white rose cards. As the numbers are even, simple arithmetic indicates that you could side with either of us. But I'm sure you'll take into account who's winning this war. After all, who was desperate enough to summon you in the first place? I think it's quite clear which side is better positioned to send you home. Devil Hunter, heed not the words of this power-hungry lunatic. Simon, must you resort to name-calling? I'm hurt. I'll tell you what, why don't we leave the decision to our dear duelist? After all, Simon, the duelist's future is not for us to decide now, is it? Well, yes, but... Splendid. In keeping with the tradition of the old temple garden, I offer you a choice, duelist. Here are 2 roses. The white represents me, and the red for old Simon here. For the sake of justice, choose the red rose. Stand by my side, duelist. Choose the white rose. Alright, either side with the Yorkists or side with Lancastrians. I mean, honestly, in this case, I'm gonna have to go through both. At any case, I got to go through both, so I'll go with the Lancastrians. For now. How disappointing. Oh well, you made your choice, and I respect that. For now. I will guarantee your safe passage until you've met with Yugi. After all, I don't want our little game to end too quickly. That wouldn't be sporting. I look forward to the day when we meet again, duelists. Until then. The French Empire. Press the... I didn't even get to read it. Whatever. Devil Hunter, I present Prince Yugi. I thought his name was Henry Tudor. Last Prince of Lancaster, a true Welshman, and the hope of we who call ourselves Celts. My lord, may I present Devil Hunter, the Rose Duelist. Your service well, Simon. My mother was wise in summoning you from Scotland. You honor me, sire. Duelist, I am Yugi. Actually, Henry Tudor is my name, but I find it tiresome. You may call me Yugi. I'm sure Simon explained our situation, but it's only right that I request your services myself. I needed to return to England and put an end to the threat of the Rose Crusaders. Their White Rose cards form a barrier that prevents my armies from setting foot on British soil. Although we Celts have the Red Rose cards, we are but inheritors who are unable to wield their full power. In the hopes of reversing our fortunes, we gambled on a druid legend that spoke of a rose duelist. According to the same legend, one must use a deck whose cost is lower than an opponent's to capture a rose card of another color. I believe that it is important that you keep this in mind. The cost of your deck should not exceed the cost of your opponent's deck. I would like you to note that our resources have been pressed to the limit, requiring us to invade England by August. My troops will land in Milford Haven, Wales, and march on to face the enemy at Bosworth Field. Having all the Rose Crusaders out of commission by this time would be ideal, but as that might prove difficult, any reduction of their forces would be appreciated. Right then, let's part company and reunite in Bosworth. Simon will provide you with the details as to where and when we'll meet once more. Right. Okay, well, I got 2 paths to take. Yeah, I got 2 paths to take, but you know what I'm gonna do first is check my options. Okay. Actually, what I want to do is check my deck. Like, I'm gonna say that this game is actually on the difficult side when it comes to. I'd say that it's actually on the difficult side when it comes to battling other opponents. As, like I said, your starter deck is pretty terrible. It's kind of it's gonna be luck if you can even get through it. So I honestly think it would be better. I think it would be better if I can... Okay. I'm trying to find the password here. Alright, so I'm gonna maybe cheat a little bit and just try to find some decent cards here. I don't know. Let's take one. I mean, luckily you can actually find most of these here on the. I mean, you can find most of these online. Luckily, I don't know how many there are, or if these are even accurate. I have no idea. Alright, Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's 1. How about... I think honestly I should probably just fast forward through some of this as well. Okay. Honestly, I don't even know what, I'm just trying to prepare here, but I don't even know what type of... 960, 854, so I'm actually a little bit above where I need to be, and that's kind of the thing I had to keep in mind. You gotta adjust deck costs. That's a little bit too powerful, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I guess I have to take out something here. Guess I'll just remove the Mimicat for right now. Trying. I guess I'll have to do for now. I can't really go overboard some of this. Okay. Well, at least I think I got the setup done anyway, but I guess I'll just call it a part right here. I know I didn't really do much, but it was just a long setup process for the most part. Yeah, I mean, at least it was something. At least it was something. So at least hopefully I got my cards in order for the most part. It's just, yeah, it's just really, like I said, the deck cost is just it's gonna be a huge pain to try to balance out. But we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, this is DevilHunter XYZ, and until next time.